Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's Zach here. In this video, we're gonna be taking a look at Padre, the mid-season finale of season 7 for Fear the Walking Dead. So, spoiler warning if you guys haven't seen that yet on AMC Plus. And I also want to take a quick moment and say thank you guys. We hit 100 subscribers today, so that last video is doing really cool. So I appreciate that, guys. And yeah, so the mid-season finale of Fear was actually pretty decent. It was wonky at first, really weird at first because we didn't really know what was going on. But so the episodes basically half and half flashbacks of when Alicia first got put in the bunker and her meeting Will, and kind of like we see Arno was one of Teddy's followers as well. But so basically, when the warhead went off, is when she was trying to escape and she didn't get out in time, which leads to a bunch of complications we find out later in the episode. But so like it starts out where it let off where those explosive walkers got shot off and they're running. So basically they end up getting out of the range quick enough. Like it expands, but apparently not like super far, just pretty far. So they gotta get out of range, and we've come to find out that there's this senator, which we remember Will was the senator's aide. There's a Senator Walker, which was the walker that was tied to the tree that Teddy had. Um, yeah, so that's apparently he knows where Padre is, and Alicia's like got some weird idea if they follow the walker, they'll find Padre, so they paint the walker so it's a different color so they can see it easier. And yeah, so she's making Morgan go with her to find Padre this way, and Morgan's like super confused and concerned, like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, so we get the little like meet of Alicia and Will. Will apparently had been hiding out in the bunker because Teddy's people came and killed all the people that were in it, and he happened to be doing maintenance in an air shaft, so he hid and he's been hiding there, and he's been in there from the start of the apocalypse. So he wants to help Alicia get out. He wants to like, see what the world is, and he's like, eventually he's like, I think I'm here to remind you what the world was like. And so then we got Morgan and Alicia doing the meat ponchos to walk with the walker and let it lead, which that ends up taking them right to where Strand is. Basically, they're getting shot down for a while and it ends up being Strand's people, so it wasn't the other stalkers. And Strand like holds fire when he finds out Alicia's with Morgan. He's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "No, I want you to come back." And there, Alicia throws the Senator Walker into the water, and then she's just like, "Oh yeah, well I don't want to." Yeet. And Morgan's like, "Well, I guess she really didn't want to talk to you," and just jumped off too. So they're at the bottom, and like she reveals a little bit more of her story to him, which this is when they also do. Her and Will also do the meat poncho, but on their clothes. They're gonna, they have the walker following the rats to get out, and they're following the tunnels behind them. But then the nuke ends up going off while they're in there, so they're trapped. And also in the meantime, Strand's people caught up to Morgan and Alicia, so they're just chilling there. And Strand's like, "You gonna join us?" She's like, "No, I don't want to." And he's like, "Well, I got different ways to make you consider kill the walker." And she's like, "No." And she's like, "Better yet, kill Morgan, then kill the walker." And like she jumps in when they try to get Morgan bit by the walker and gets her hand bit. And she's like, "Oh, I'm fine." And they're like freaking out. And Strand ends up running away because like Alicia's pissed. And yeah, it kind of cuts back to a flashback when right after like they got trapped in the tunnel, the Senator Walker's in the same what you call it as Alicia, and Will's separated by the rubble, so he's trying to get through it to get to her. Well, long story short, she builds a wall that ends up not holding up, and she has to wrestle with the walker, and her hand ends up getting bit. And what we come back to like it's nighttime. Morgan and Alicia are chilling there. What we come to find out, so like she was bit, but we're like, well, what happened with it? Well, she ends up taking off her glove and showing them that she's got a prosthetic made out of her own bones. Kind of weird. And yeah, and like we're at that moment assuming it was like they are able to hack it off in time. But what we come to find out through flashbacks is she doesn't know if she got it in time and she passed out. She doesn't know how long she was in there. She's starting to believe that the infection might still be in her once she found out she had a fever and all that once she came back too. and so that's why she doesn't wanna, like, take more she like, Morgan said that he needs her to help him, and she's like, "I can't be who you need me to be, I might be a constant danger, I might turn any moment that's in me, I feel it," but she's also going through starvation, sleep deprivation, all that stuff, anxiety probably, all that stuff, so I mean, there's a chance it's not, but, I mean, it is being made a big deal right now, so I'm sure there'll be more to come on it in the second part of the season, but, so we're made to believe that Alicia's days may be numbered, and, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how that ends up turning out, but, so they follow the walker some more, and Alicia gets excited because she thinks that they found Padre, and Morgan has to be the one to let her know the bad news that that's actually, Strand's tower, and Strand ends up coming out there and wants to make a deal. All her people can stay there, this and that, like, just like she invited them this or and she's like, "Well, even if I'm not here, I need you to promise." He's like, "I promise," and, like, she looks over and she sees a walker over there. It looks familiar, and it's Will, and she goes over there and she has the remaining flashbacks of when Will left because he said that he couldn't do what he promised for her when it came to, like, killing her when she had the fever and all that stuff with helping her leave the place, I'm guessing. And she just had all these flashbacks, and she's like, "Why'd you kill him?" Like, she just knew it wasn't, like, natural color. She's like, "Why'd you kill him?" And instead of him lying himself out of this one, Strand's all like, "Well, I did it because I knew it would hurt you. I wanted to keep you away from this place." And she's like, "Why?" And he's like, he said he loves you." And, like, Alicia flips. She's like, "You know what? You've taken and taken and taken so much from me, and I'm gonna take something from you. I'm gonna take that tower." And Strand's like, "Oh, we'll protect it if we must." And she's like, "Then we're going to war." And this this so gives me crazy vibes of Negan and Rick All Out War. And I hope that they do a slightly better job than that, but I am kinda excited for a fast-paced, like, second half of the season because there was things that were really slow about this half, so if the second half is, like, balls to the wall, then I guess they can get away with it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so, like, I guess they're going to war as and what's weird is, like, so Alicia's gonna be paired up with Morgan, but Morgan has people he cares about on the inside, and Alicia might be blinded by rage to try to mess that up, like, she's either gonna take the tower or destroy the tower, it's one of the 2, and I'm really curious to see what ends up on this. Maybe this is gonna be an interesting 8 episodes, I hope they do it right. It has potential to be something really crazy. I mean, this was a pretty I mean, it was a wonky at first, but once all the, like, layers started getting peeled back on this episode, it made a lot of sense. Just at first, there was just, like, a lot of mystery, but I don't know, pretty good season finale if you ask me, or mid-season finale, excuse me. But I don't know, I'm really excited for the second part of the season, I wanna see how they do it, I hope they do it well. There could be just some crazy, crazy things that happen, and who knows what else gets involved, like, you know what I mean? But, let me know if you guys, have any theories down in the comments, and yeah, thanks again for 100 subscribers today, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video.